This training protocol is the fastest and most efficient way to develop.
The idea of automation isn't very new or turn of the century. The idea has actually been around since the Industrial Revolution, but was not recognized in its own right until the advent of truly autonomous machinery. In order to understand automation, we must first see how it impacted society.
An Oxford University study says that up to half of all jobs in the U.S. are at risk to automation.
A new study which suggests many of us may lose our jobs because of robots.
A robot is probably going to take your job. That's according to a new Oxford University study.
That's close to 50% of the workforce being completely eliminated, as in no more jobs for them.
So what exactly is automation in the most layman definition? Automation, according to the International Society of Automation, is the creation and application of technology to monitor and control the production and delivery of products and services. From this definition, we can clearly see the roots of automation not in the 21st century, but rather during the Industrial Revolutions when machines like the steam locomotive were first invented. For a more concise definition of automation, here is a short primer.
Automation is highly used in various systems for operating equipments such as machinery, process in factories, boilers, chillers, and heat treating ovens. Switching on telephone networks is also most important. Steering and stabilization of ships, aircraft, and other applications, and vehicles with a minimal reduced human.
Okay, so you've heard of automation or industrial automation a few times here and there, and you're wondering what it is and how it actually works. In this short video that's brought to you by RealPars, you're going to learn what industrial automation is in a very basic and simplified way. Let's get into it. Let's say that I'm entering a room and it's dark. Now, what's the first thing that I should do when entering a dark room? Yes, I should turn the light on. That means I should manually press the switch on the wall and turn the light on. Now, let's say that instead of the wall switch, I'll install a sensor in that room. This sensor has a simple open contact within it, just like a normal switch. The way that this sensor works is that it always looks into the room, and when it sees someone entering the room, the open contact is going to be closed, and following that, the light's going to turn on automatically. When the person leaves the room and there's nobody there, the contact will be open again, and this time, the light will be turned off automatically. So by having this sensor installed, I no longer need to press any switch on the wall when I enter or leave the room. With the new system, everything happens automatically on its own, meaning when I enter the room, the sensor kicks the light on automatically. And when I leave the room and there's nobody else in there, the light automatically goes off. Now, if we consider turning on the light in the room a process, we can say that when I need to press the switch on the wall, the process is happening manually. And when the light turns on and off on its own, when someone enters or leaves the room, the process happens automatically. So here, I have manual versus automatic. Now, what's the difference between these two? Well, obviously, the automatic way is more convenient for me, right? Because here, I don't need to press anything on the wall to turn on and off the light. The automatic way is also more energy efficient, because with this method, when I leave the room and nobody else is in there, the sensor is going to turn off the light after a few seconds. With this method, I can expect to see some real energy savings here as well. So this is a very basic example of a manual versus automatic process. Now, let's bring the same concept into a factory, the manual versus automatic concept. When we're going to manufacture a product, there's always a start line and a finish line. The start line is where the raw materials enter into the factory, and the finish line is where the final product is manufactured and ready to be shipped. Between the start and finish lines, there's a process that turns the raw materials into that final finished product. So here, I have a process. The raw materials can be considered as the input for this process, and the final product can be considered as the output, or as the final outcome. Now, just as the process of turning on and off a light, this process of manufacturing a product in a factory can happen either manually or automatically. For the manual process, we can hire a few workers to do the job. But with the automatic way, we can put a system in place that is able to take care of the whole manufacturing process, or at least some parts of it, automatically. For instance, let's say that you're going to start a cupcake business and you want to make your own cupcakes. To make the cupcakes, you'll need a manufacturing process, where all the necessary ingredients come in as the input and a delicious cupcake comes out as the output. Now, at the beginning of your business, when you're on a tight budget and of course have fewer customers, you can hire one or more workers and train them to make the cupcakes based on your recipes. With this limited manual manufacturing process in place, you may be able to make the cupcakes at a reasonable speed and with consistent quality. But as your business grows, trying to make more cupcakes manually with a high consistent quality will be very difficult. Why? Because humans make mistakes. For instance, if one of your coworkers adds more of one ingredient, that batch of cupcakes won't have the same quality as the rest of the cupcakes. And if this happens often, your business will start losing customers and eventually losing money. Now, what should you do to solve this problem? To solve this problem, you'll need to hire an engineering firm to help you turn this manual cupcake manufacturing process into an automatic process. With the new automatic manufacturing process, you're going to have fewer employees and more machinery. This means with the new system in place, your machines are going to take care of most of the jobs that were previously done by the workers, and they're going to do it fast, hassle-free, and accurate. So with the automatic process, you're able to make more cupcakes with the same constant high quality, and this helps your business grow faster. The same principles apply to other industries such as automotive, steel, or oil and gas. For these industries to be able to manufacture the final product based on the new standards, they need to have an up-to-date automatic manufacturing process. So industrial automation is all about large-scale processes with a high degree of quality and consistent accuracy. When we need to manufacture a product on a large scale with consistent quality, at the same time, we need to hire an engineering firm to design an automatic manufacturing process for our business or factory.
Now that we have the basics of automation within our grasp, we now look into its effects on society. From the 1990s to the present, we've gathered various opinions on how automation was and is perceived by different members of the workforce. We gathered opinion from vocational, technical, and professional workers to see how it affected each respective sector of business.
From employers' point of view, The big selling point for automation is that it increases productivity and it maximises profits. And for displaced workers, that has caused immense pain throughout history. And not just in factories. For instance, in the 90s, as voice recognition technology improved, phone company operators were rightly worried for their jobs.
My first thought was, uh-oh, here comes trouble. This is going to get my job for sure.
The first thing I thought about is that this is going to be a robot. They're not going to need as many operators. I'm about to lose my job.
I talked to some friends of mine back where I came from Shreveport in the office, and the rumors were running rampant over there. You know, like, oh my gosh, they're testing this machine and it's going to do away with our job, and they're shutting, you know, we heard y'all, they were shutting down y'all's office and going completely to machines.
I'm pro in automation. Why? Simply because in a way, it will eliminate manual, time-consuming, and costly tasks within an organization and replace them with automated processes that work faster while reducing redundancy in a task and overall operating costs.
So, ano po yung mas preferred nyo? Yung automated po or yung manpower?
Manpower pa rin.
Manpower.
Kasi pag automated, konti na lang nang gumagawa para trabaho ng ibang tao.
Tapos, ano po, di ba, halo-halo po may manpower kayo, may automation, paano nyo po nababalance?
Yung mga kanya-kanyang trabaho, pag sa mga computer, may bandon, nakakonta lang yung tao.
Kung ano pong advantages nyo na may automation kayo?
Siyempre mas maganda. Maraming mga ano. Kasi mga sakyan ngayon, puro sapat na, computerized na.
Okay. Tsaka, yung may disadvantages din po.
Wala, okay lang naman na computerized talaga.
Kung sakali man po na maging mas marami yung automated machines nyo, okay lang po ba yun dito sa inyo?
Palagay, hindi. Kasi kukunti na yung magtrabaho.
So, mas gusto nyo
gusto mo may manpower para balance pa rin.
Mas okay po.
Oo.
Ano po, may, before po, before may automation machine, may manpower po ba? Or nag-upgrade kayo? Or diretso na machine na po yung ginagamit niyo?
Hindi, dati kwan lang muna. Manpower muna. Tapos nung may mga machine na, upgrade na.
Mas okay?
Oo, mas okay na rin.
Opo.
Kasi alam mo naman, sakyan ngayon, pabago-bago.
Kung sakali man po, mag-upgrade pa po kayo ng mas mataas na accurate.
Depende ma'am, sa pang ilalim, siyempre, mas maganda tao pa rin, manpower. Sa mga makina, machine na. Oo, machine.
So, depende sa kung ano yung sira.
Oo, kung anong sira talaga.
Pero karamihan po, nung ginagamit nyo, majority, tao or machine?
Tao pa rin.
Mas efficient
Oo, mas efficient pa rin. Kasi sa ilalim, wala namang kwan yan. Na computer. Sa machine, kwan lang, engine.
So, mas convenient pa yung paggamitan, ay pagtao.
Oo.
Advantages of automation, of course, it will increase productivity, more efficient use of materials, better product quality, and the most important is improved safety. And also at the same time, it will shorter work week of labor. And since it will shorter work week of labor, the disadvantages of automation will be less manpower requirement in a factory or in an organization.
Ano ba? Ano yung positive side ng automation? Lalo na sa services sa hospital.
Mas mabilis din siguro. Siyempre, yung mga papel ko rin minsan, paperless na.
Okay.
Mas yung flow nila mas tawag dito. Hindi na kailangang magdala-dala din ng pasyente ng papel. Ayun.
So, nababawasan yung sa galaw ng sa side ng pasyente. Okay. Sa atin, in terms of sa organisasyon, yung sa organisasyon, ano ang advantage?
Mas madali din i-manage mo kung sakali. Kunyari, sa paghahanap ng records na lang. Sa search mo lang sa computer, gano'n. sa pag yung papel-papel pa, kakalkal ka pa. Paano pag anong year pa yung mga
So, lesser time. Cost effectivity, yung sa cost.
Will it affect po yung mga existing jobs na kailangan ng manpower? Kunwari, papalitan niyo yung sa billing, kailangan pa rin po ba ng manpower?
Kailangan pa rin ba ng tao?
Depende kasi sa organization mo.
Bagus mo ilakas.
Sa organization namin. Yung applicable na may mawawala talaga ng tao. Halimbawa sa mga factory, ganun. Dun talaga may mawawala. Sa atin, may intervention pa rin naman, pero less.
So, hindi possible na mawala ang human intervention.
Sa industry natin siguro, hindi talaga pwede.
Kasi
sa mga ibang industry, pwede siguro. Kasi, meron capability rin ng utak ng tao rin. Hindi mo rin may compare sa computer. Kasi yung sa mga computers naman kasi, may pinagbabisan siyang algorithms. Kung wala yung algorithm na yun sa system na yun, wala siyang
hindi siya makapag-isip para
hindi siya makapag-decide. Kung hanggang
sa ano lang yung program sa kanya.
Unlike kapag tao.
Mas maluwang yung scope ng pag-iisip ng tao. Saka meron din kasi yung sa connect niya sa emotions, gano'n. Yung AI, walang ganyan dyan. Halimbawa sa pag-assist ng tao, gano'n. Hindi naman niya ma-identify na mas kailangan nito ng gano'n.
So, yung subjective sides. Okay, so sinasabi mo na kung yung sa manufacturing, sa producing side lang, pwede.
Pwede, ma'am.
Pero kung dito sa ganitong
may
klase.
May interaction sa tao.
Sa mga ibang process siguro pwede pa. Halimbawa yung mga reports, mag-record mo, pwede pa.
Ano pong disadvantages?
Siguro kapag yung sanay na sila,
tapos
biglang nawala, nagiging dependent na sila, hindi na makapaggawa, nawala yun.
Nawala yun. Right. Nagiging disadvantage.
Halimbawa ikaw, isang tao may cellphone kung dala, araw-araw sanay ka. 1 week mong wala yun yung cellphone mo, parang may magiging iba na yun.
May kulang. Hindi ka na makafunction.
I am Rommel Austria, a professional mechanical engineer and a graduate of Mapua Institute of Technology. I am currently working as mechanical supervisor at Macban Geothermal Power Plant. I can say that one of the best examples of automated system here in Macban is the operation of our binary plant. It contains 2 Ormat energy converters rated at 3.5 megawatt. The operation of the unit is based on the Rankine cycle, in which an organic fluid absorbs heat from a heat source, causing the motive fluid to vaporize. It then expands in the turbine, producing rotational shaft power by transforming kinetic energy gained by the vapor expansion process. This plant consists of different mechanical and electrical equipment such as turbine expander, generator, preheater, vaporizer, air-cooled condenser, feed pumps, and circuit breakers. This plant is being manned by only one operator. The operator can start and shut down the unit through a computer on an HMI, which stands for Human-Machine Interface. Other benefits of automation are increased throughput or productivity, because startup and synchronization of the unit can be done in less than 10 minutes. The plant can then deliver or generate power and supply it to the grid via NGCP transmission line. For non-automated or conventional power plant of this kind, it is being manned by 2 to 3 personnel, and startup and synchronization is about 30 to 45 minutes. Automation also reduces direct human labor costs and expenses. Through automation, the work can be accomplished with a high degree of accuracy because we know that less than human intervention on machines or equipments can reduce errors. Also, occupational injuries related to operations can be minimized as less people are working to operate the plant. Though there are great benefits of automation, there are also some negative effects as follows. The initial cost is high since the system requires sophisticated equipment such as computers, and there is a great programming task. System upgrading is also costly. Maintenance or troubleshooting requires high level of expertise. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my opinion and experience related to automation.
Now that we have heard the opinions of the workforce, let us see what people think of automation when they hear it.
Good afternoon, sir. According to an article, close to 800,000 call center agents would be jobless over the next 5 years because of artificial intelligence automating the calls. As a call center agent / student, what are your thoughts on this? Are you pro or against?
For me, I'm against the article because there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of complicated problems that cannot be handled by AI. For example, like disputes, internet charges. Interest charges, late fees, and many more that can only be handled by a person. And a lot of senior citizens in the United States much prefer talking to a human rather than to a machine.
What comes into mind kapag narinig mo yung salitang automation?
The first thing I think when I hear automation is technology, and yun yung makakapagpadali sa buhay or work ng isang tao.
Ano sa tingin mo yung advantages ng automation sa industry?
Sa industry, siguro, o yun nga, bukod sa mas mapapabilis yung work ng isang tao, mas mapapadali, mas dadami yung production, like sa factory, instead na human yung gagawa, like magmi-mix ng kung ano-ano, they will use technologies instead para mas mapabilis and mas accurate yung work. Siyempre, alam naman natin na when people work, hindi maiiwasan yung stress, yung fatigue. And yun yung magiging reason for yun yung magiging reason for para maging slow yung work and para baka magkaroon pa ng mali.
Automation.
Yeah. Just alam naman natin na there are people working sa mga companies na to na hindi what do you call this? Parang hindi sila inclined sa technologies. So, challenge yung mga tao na to have more knowledge on automation. And hindi naman din natin masasabi na mababawasan yung work ng tao because of automation. Ang mangyayari lang is these people will need to integrate automation sa work nila.
So totally hindi i-replace ng automation yung workforce. Kailangan pa rin ng tao.
Well,
para ma-manage yung automation.
Oo. Dahil pag nag-automate ka ng isang bagay, hindi naman mag-automate ng isang bagay na dahil lang sa technology. Siyempre, may tao rin yung reason for that certain automation. Walang consciousness yung automation pero yung tao meron. And siguro hindi naman sa downside, pero nag-open up na rin yung technology sa artificial intelligence. But yung pinaka-root pa rin nun is nanggagaling sa mga tao, kasi artificial intelligence will not be AI without programmers, without the people developing those kind of technologies.
And finally, now that we have the opinion of the professionals and the amateurs, we will now find out what we as a group think about automation.
In my opinion, automation will affect the jobs of many people. Automation will be a threat to jobs which requires a lot of repetitive tasks. However, it will produce more jobs that requires higher technical skills such as automation maintenance. As a computer engineering student, I see automation as a field of opportunity rather than a threat. But at this time, we need a slow transition to automation so that we do not destroy existing jobs at a short period of time.
My thoughts on automation. One major advantage is it would require less manpower to operate the production, the precision of the machine, because it would take less manpower. Therefore, it will eliminate human errors. Although one major disadvantage is also the less manpower, because it would render many people jobless. The quality control of the product would require human touch to provide a higher quality control for the product. Another disadvantage is, of course, when the machine fails, you still need humans to operate it and to repair it. Although it would lessen the manpower, you still need humans for automation.
That automation is an important step in the manufacturing industry. The possibilities of better jobs and more diverse job descriptions that automation will provide in the manufacturing setting will be the first big step towards technological ascendancy with which the human race will need in order to make great advances in other fields. Ergo, automation is a big boon in my perspective, and the lean of manufacturers towards it is a good thing.
Looking at the definition, automation could actually be the future. But the question is, what will be the effect? Is it possible na majority ng work is done by automated machines? Will it overpower the people working? Obviously, there are a lot of pros or advantages when it comes to changing manpower to automated machines. But what are the cons? It's not always positive. There's always negative effect. It may be a huge step into the future, but should we also consider the state we are in right now? Should we consider the people na mawawalan ng work, or the students that are currently studying?
And that has been our video on automation in the current society. We are Group 6. Thank you for watching. Until next time.